Hey you guys, it is that time. Pick a story. I renamed it. So in each of these decks, there should be a story in here for you. So I'm going to hold up each deck to the screen. Whichever one you're resonating with should be the reading for you. So starting with deck number 1 is your energy here in deck number 1. Is your story in deck number 2. Could your story be here in deck number 2? Or is it in deck number 3? Could your story reside in deck number 3? Okay, so hopefully you guys have made your pick. We'll go ahead and begin with deck number 1. And I know you guys are wondering, what deck is it? Raphaelite Tarot. Yeah. So, I hope you could see that. Raphaelite Tarot. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 4 of Cups, Chariot, Strength, and we have the central issue as the 7 of Cups, the Fool, and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so something's going on where it looks like someone is wanting to run away from home, run away from their family, and just start over. It looks like someone is kind of giving up, not in a depressed way, but just kind of like ready for a new adventure. And it's like walking away from a fortune, almost to chase a dream, fantasy, or an illusion. It's making me think of the time Dave Chappelle, you know, he's that well-known comedian, and he had the Chappelle Show. He was making millions. You know, he had I think to renew the show, it was like $65 million, and he turned it down. He walked away from it, gave it all up, and ran off to Africa with his family. Now see, to the outsiders, he looked like a fool. He looked foolish. Like, who does that? Who turns down $65 million? Someone with a conscience. Someone who feels like they know when they need to take the money and run, or when it's just time to go. So he didn't take the new money and run, but he took the established. He took everything he had established and he got out while he was still hot. He just left the industry. And I feel like someone intuitively knows it's time to let go of something. There's something that has been established, whether it is a business, is family, whether it is society in a sense, or like a community. Even someone who maybe wants to run off and get off the grid. Like someone is just like, I want to get off the grid. I'm going to buy a tiny house or a mobile home, and I'm going to live off of the energy from the wilderness. I'm going to I want a compost toilet, you know. So somebody might just be really doing something like that, or maybe that is the desire, or there's some sort of opportunity that comes up that allows this person to do that. Or it just could be escaping out of a relationship. Someone is just like, I'm tired of the day-to-day I'm tired of having to, be expected to do this and be expected to do that. So it's like running off. Almost said running off to join the circus. But I just kind of feel like that's the energy that I'm getting, is like someone is just like running off on a whim. They're chasing the unknown. They're chasing a possible illusion. I'm not even going to say it's for certain an illusion. It looks like an illusion from other people, from other people's perspectives, but maybe you see something different. Maybe you feel like you know where the jackpot is, where the treasure is. It makes me think of a game show. Let's see, what's the name of that show? They cut it off the air. Oh my God, it's that $1 million. It's got all those women with the suitcases standing on the stairs, and then you're supposed to select which one you think has the $1 million or the biggest amount, and then someone gives you an offer. The guy this like hidden, it's like a shadow, and he gives you an offer. He's like, I'm gonna offer you $5,000, and you can either take his offer or go with the unknown offer, in hopes that it's the jackpot. And I kind of feel like this is what someone is doing. They're just like, I don't know where this is taking me, but I'm going to go after it. I feel like I have a hunch, So it could be running off. It could be starting an affair too, because this is an established relationship. This is something that has been established. Maybe it took a few years to grow and develop. And now all of a sudden someone is escaping and running out to see what's inside the box here. They're tempted. They're running off because of their passions. They're so driven by their passions that they're risking everything. It's like somebody is like literally risking everything here. So again, we have something that is coming to an end. It's like everything is starting over from scratch. Your whole way of thinking has changed. You could have given up your identity. You could have given up just everything that you thought you knew. It's like you're undergoing a whole awakening of the ego, like there's been a death and there's going to be a reawakening. Now also what I'm getting here is something in regards to someone getting the silent treatment. I'm trying to see exactly what's going on, because it can go either way. On one end, I'm seeing if there have been barriers up, like you and someone have not been talking, and someone has been very guarded with how they feel, it's possible that all of that comes crumbling down. All of a sudden, this person reveals their entire being to you. Everything that they've been holding back. It's no more hiding, no more walls. It's about transparency. So someone may be becoming extremely transparent because they're like, that phase is over. No more secrets. I'm tired of hiding how I feel. I want to open Pandora's box. See how she's peeking in the box? It's like, I want to open it. It was already open, and now someone is just like, I'm just going to open it entirely now. This is also making me think of Pulp Fiction, where, in a spoiler alert, if you ever want to go back and see it, it's a very old movie, but still, Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta, I can't say it right, there's my tongue going bananas again, but they're all through the movie, they're wanting to know what's in that case or why they've been killing people for the case or whatever, and then they open it up and they never truly reveal what was in the case, just a big glowing light. I think that's how it ended. I haven't seen the movie in years, but it's like the unknown is like the jackpot. Is golden. So I just kind of feel like someone is just like, I don't want to keep guessing. I just want to see it, So someone's just like, oh, and no matter what people have told you, I feel like you are kind of feeling like you need to defend yourself or your reasoning. Like, people are trying to warn you. They're like, don't do it. Don't pick that one. Don't, I feel like they're telling you, no, no, no. Or they're trying to direct you and you're just not listening to anybody. You're like, no, this is my choice. I'm following my intuition. I don't want to hear what you have to say about anything anymore. I know what I'm doing. And so someone is just kind of ignoring, this offer or this advice, and they are doing their own digging or searching here. Someone is being very closed off to whatever you have to say or put out there. Keep in mind the story could go the other way around. Now, again, here, this is someone that is just, they don't want any distractions. They're like, leave me alone. Leave me alone is really what I'm getting. It's like you cannot talk this person out of doing something, whether you are the one that can't be convinced or someone else. But this person is like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm in charge of my own destiny. I've made my final decision. I've contemplated how this could play out either way, and I'm willing to take that risk. I understand what lies ahead of me. And so, they just feel like they are going to come out the victor in this situation. And I mean, it is a good sign to see, because it does look like someone is coming out victorious, coming out on top. It feels like it also could have been a situation where you were torn between either two people, or torn on where you should move. You're like, should I move to Texas or should I go to Florida? It's just like being completely torn. And then finally, after everybody puts their opinion, shares their opinion, you're like, okay, enough. I know what I want to do. Shut up, everybody. Everybody shut up. I know what I'm doing. And you just kind of make a decision. You might even go somewhere completely different than what, the previous options were. There's a whole new option that comes out of nowhere. And you're like, I'm going for this. This is the option I've been waiting for. You were like, should I go with this X or that X? And then out the blue, someone brand new came out, and you're like, no, I want you. You're the one I want. So there's something going on where you make that decision and you're not backing down. You are standing your ground. Someone just cannot be convinced. Again, with the Strength card, this is extreme resistance. This person is just like, I'm not listening. I'm doing what I want to do. Just total. I mean, I just feel like, no, this person is not submissive to anyone but their own desires here. Now, also, what I'm getting here, as far as the signs or the energies, it could be Leo, Cancer, maybe someone that has Venus in Scorpio, could be Gemini, could be any sign, but those are in Aquarius. I'm getting Aquarius energy too. Could be any sign, but those are the energies that are standing out. Also, someone may be kind of pursuing you or coming towards you because they admire you. I also feel that this is the energy of someone who has endured a lot, who's been through a lot. So it's saying that you can handle whatever comes at you. I feel like someone is also facing or confronting whatever they had fears or doubts about. This person is just kind of headed towards that way, and I feel like they also have the courage, or you have the courage, to now go after what you want. Maybe at first you were afraid, but now something happened and you're like acting fearless. You are like the king of the jungle here. There is someone who's supporting you or encouraging you. There's someone in the background that's being very encouraging. So I feel like you might have just like one supporter. You might not have a lot, but it's like you're your biggest fan and this other energy. So let me clarify a few things here. Let's see. Where do I want to start? Let me look at the Ten of Swords first. I almost feel like someone is either blocking other people from their page or deactivating their page or making it private. It's like, I don't want people to see what I'm doing. Someone is doing something behind the scenes. Creatively, this could be something that you're working on and you're doing something behind the scenes, or you work in an industry where you have to create a lot of smoking screens. You are the puppeteer. You are the master behind some orchestrated something. I've never seen the Wizard of Oz. I've seen the Wiz, but I've never seen a Wizard of Oz. And I just know that at the end, whoever they find out that big green person was a fake, or was that the Wiz? I don't know. But you know how you find out the puppeteer, or the man behind the scenes is what I'm getting. So what I'm getting is that this is some sort of ending so that you can embrace some new beginning here. But like I was saying, something about someone being an orchestrator or a puppeteer. Like, I feel like someone is... The smoke screen is coming down. So whoever had been creating some sort of illusion, they're no longer creating this illusion anymore. Again, going back to something creatively, it's making me feel like maybe someone has been a ghostwriter. All this time, you thought some sort of author, you thought you knew the author, but really it was some sort of alias being used, and turns out the author is really a woman. You know, I mean, I just use that example because it's always like that. Or maybe the author turned out to be a guy, you know, just either way. It's just like, what? You're the creator behind all of this? So I feel like someone reveals their tricks or their secrets. Even something like David Blaine, like he's a known magician and illusionist, and then all of a sudden he just kind of puts his secret out there. Something, maybe it's just one secret, but it's just like somebody tells how they did something or created something. They don't want to hide anymore. If this is in regards to a love situation, someone could be kind of explaining or talking about the secrets of how to attract love or how to manifest love, or what really happens when you do that. They're like telling you, like, okay, now I showed you how to manifest love, but I didn't tell you the consequences. So I just kind of feel like the walls are coming down here and secrets are coming out. If someone was pretending like they didn't like you, now they're all about how much they care about you. Also, someone may have been covering up the fact that they are an alcoholic or something. Or there's something also manipulative and narcissistic about this energy too, though. That maybe you're cutting out people who have been narcissistic or very manipulative and controlling. Also, I'm seeing like a situation where maybe you are, a sorcerer, or, you work with the elements and you did something to make someone tell the truth. Almost like you gave someone a truth serum and then all of a sudden you got the strongest willed person to humble themselves and just kind of confess how they felt here. And then, like I'm seeing, overall, someone who decides to leave a situation because they feel like their needs aren't met, or they just no longer feel the connection there. So someone is stepping out on their family, or they're leaving one person for another. Yeah. Someone is chasing love. Someone is doing something in the name of love. If someone ghosted you, I feel like they disappeared because someone came into the picture and they fell in love. They fell under someone's spell of love. This looks like a love spell, and it's like a strong attraction spell someone created. And sometimes too, don't get me wrong, just because it's an attraction spell, it doesn't necessarily have to be that you put a specific name on it. It's just that you attracted whoever was supposed to be in your life. So it's just like, hey, I know my soulmate is somewhere lurking. I don't know who they are. I just need them to come out of hiding. So you concoct a spell or do a spell, and all of a sudden they come out of hiding. Maybe they don't understand why all of a sudden they feel the courage to talk, but whatever you did gave them courage, and they're like, okay, I might be under a trance, but at least it's like you getting someone to confess. Or someone gets you to confess because of their power of suggestion. Okay, let me also look at the Five of Swords. Someone is showing like a lot of discipline. Someone is very disciplined when it comes to opening up to another person. This is someone who is just like, it's like meeting your match. Like this person is just as strong as you when it comes to withholding information, and that is when things are silent between the two of you. Again, I'm just seeing this as someone who has made up their mind to do what they want to do. They might sneak off and do it, or you might be sneaking off to do it. Someone feels like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like someone is just naturally drawn to follow their desires here. Someone wants to explore something. I feel like someone was trying to fight a connection, but it's like they're succumbing to it. Let me look at the Four of Cups. Someone is acting very cold and detached or emotionally unavailable here. I feel like someone feels as if there's some unfinished business. I feel like for the most part, this is about going against someone else's advice to follow your own. Not saying that you're making a bad decision, but it's more so you are just going against what everybody is saying because you feel you're just really drawn by your own desires here. You're optimistic. I also see something about someone ignoring a follower. You may have ignored a follower or blocked a follower, and this maybe because you didn't know who they were and you were like, I don't know who this is, somebody playing games, so you blocked them, and then all of a sudden they come out with who they are and why they did that. They're like, I had to come to you this type of way so that I didn't want my identity to be exposed, or I don't know, it's something, someone did something to protect their identity. And I think intuitively you kind of knew that. Yeah, so someone is getting ready to make some sort of revelation. Something will be confirmed with you. You also may have had some sort of dream where this information was downloaded to you during your sleep. Or you may have had some sort of unusual experience in your sleep, and now something is starting to make sense of what it meant. I also feel like if this is job related, there's a need for you're being called into a higher position, or you're being initiated. This is also having something to do with the reconciliation and following your calling. You may have trust issues, or maybe you don't quite trust what is being shared with you, or maybe people aren't fully trusting something that you have to say. It's like someone reveals something to you, some sort of information. Maybe this person is well known. Maybe they have a lot of respect. Maybe they're a political figure. And they reveal something to you and you're like, why would you share that with me? Like, why should I believe you? And this person goes on to kind of prove they are who they say they are. So, I don't know. Kind of a weird reading, but I mean, hopefully it resonates with somebody. Let's go ahead and move on to deck number 2. All right, we have the Page of Coins, Death, Strength. That was in the first deck. Technically, 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Two of Cups. Then we have the Six of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Five of Swords. Okay, so there's something going on where maybe people just have not been talking or communicating with each other. Something is in the air, like literally. People are being affected by some sort of changes that are going on in the air. This almost makes me feel like, too, that's why people need to be conscious, because, you know, there are things that I've read about that kind of talk about how people who are asleep can easily be manipulated by, you know, programs or downloads, things that are in the air, you know, so being affected by information that you see on TV. Like, let's just say the difference between someone who's asleep and someone who's conscious. If someone is asleep, they hear the word ongoing on TV, all of a sudden they're easily accessible to programming, to be manipulated into, you know, either purchasing something or doing something, you know, just anything. Whereas a person who is conscious heard the same phrase and they weren't fazed by it. In fact, they were like, I heard that. Like, y'all not slick. Y'all trying to do some programming. But I caught you. You know, that doesn't work on me. You know, I'm aware of my inner God. Like, I know who I am. So I feel like there could be two things going on. It's kind of like a war going on between those that are awakened and those who are asleep. Yeah, I feel like this is information wars, or I know there is actually a channel called Info Wars. There's something going on where there is a battle. I feel like deceptive lies are going to be shattered. Like, things are about, the information age is getting ready to shift, which is going to really affect a lot of people. Now, that is more so like the spiritual messages that I feel like I'm channeling. There's something going on with the information wars, and people being awakened or realizing that they've been asleep, or realizing that they've been programmed. So something is getting ready to change for good. Now, in regards to just friends and romance, there's something going on where two people were just not communicating well, and now they're ready to put the past behind them. They're ready to move forward and let the past go. Some of you are on some sort of spiritual journey and you may not quite realize it. Someone also may be getting ready to enter your life that could change your life forever. Someone may be able to share some information that actually manifests and changes up everything. I'm seeing someone's life being changed forever. Also, you could have been dealing with an earth sign. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Also, we have Leo and any air sign I'm feeling, because there's so much air in the reading. So Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Man. I'm seeing someone too maybe falling weak or falling into temptation, or someone is like, you changed my life forever. Something this person said, I haven't been able to get this person out of my mind. Ever since someone shared some information about a conspiracy, I went searching for it, and I went down a rabbit hole, and I woke up. I haven't been able to get my life back in order. You may be moving or relocating. That could be the big change. Or someone coming to live with you. Or even a possible career change that changes everything. Like you get some sort of offering to start. It's like a entry-level position, but it's going to change your life forever. But something about it is, I don't know, it's risky because it's coming off as tempting and trying to fight against this temptation. Someone just kind of like, that offer is very tempting. I don't know. And I see someone sneaking off to be together, or this decision that you make leads you to a potential partnership. It could be a romantic partnership. I'm even getting a possibility of like a setup, like you're being set up. It doesn't really look like a blind date, but it's like maybe someone sent someone like a messenger, like, hey, I need you to do this for me. I need you to go whisper, put this in that person's ear. Like, what is it called? An earworm? I feel like someone is sending someone off with a message through another person. So maybe you're the one that's setting this up. You're the conspirer, but you are doing it in a way where it won't come back on you. Like you're the mastermind behind something. You're making something look as if, not putting the blame on somebody else, but whatever it is, you've figured out a way to deflect the attention from you, and people are looking one way while you are running off and sneaking off and doing something here, or you're sending someone to do that dirty work. It makes me think, I don't know, I'm sorry, I always kind of think of movies, but it's making me think of Ocean's 11. And something about, like, how everybody contributed a talent so that they could pull off that heist. This is basically what it's making me feel like. Everyone is contributing a talent to pull something off. Doesn't have to be a heist, but to pull something off. And especially I keep thinking about the greaser, the guy, the little tiny guy that was, what was he? Was he Vietnamese? I don't know. He was the greaser, and he was able to fit into anything and contort his body into any small, tiny space. And that was just like their key player. I almost feel like somebody is a contortionist. It's like, I need you to get through to this person, and you do it because you're good at that. And so whatever the case, I feel like you sent somebody off to do your dirty work, basically. There is something that is starting off in secret. Now, this also could be a situation where somebody saw something and reported back to you, or you saw something and reported back. It's almost like someone was spying, whether intentionally or unintentionally. It's like someone is spying and they're just like, okay, here's the business. Here's what's going on. They just broke up with so-and-so, so now it's free for you to reach out to them because they're not together anymore. Or someone is just like, hey, I just saw your ex, and yes, they are with somebody else. So yes, it's been confirmed. So either way, it's just someone is kind of like sending back word I just kind of get like there's another energy involved here. And it's made to look innocent. Okay, so let me see what death is. So you could be ending things with an earth sign and going to another sign, Leo or Aquarius, or maybe it's the other way around. You also could have had some sort of dream about an earth sign. I feel like something was revealed to you through a secret. I also feel too, though, that with the Death card and the Star card coming out, this is always a reminder that everything's going to be okay. Something's going to be replaced or replenished. You're going to see something from a different perspective. Excuse me. So have faith. Don't lose faith in something. And eventually the truth is going to come out about a certain situation. Also could be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Man, something is going on in regards to an earth sign, though. That earth is really kind of standing out for some of you. That could be your sign, but there is something secretive. I'm seeing someone doing something behind the other person's back. It also could have something to do with someone who is following your social media, but through an alias. I feel like someone is really trying to spy and gather information and reporting back to somebody. Let me also look at the Seven of Swords. There also could be a situation where there's an age difference between two people. Someone might be purposely trying to seduce the other person. I'm seeing someone fall in love with the enemy, or it's like sleeping with the enemy. Something about sleeping with the enemy. It's like someone is just like, guess who I saw? Or I thought they hated one another. I thought they weren't talking to one another. It's like someone gets caught with the person that they thought was supposed to be their nemesis. I don't know why I just got like an extreme idea of like something like catching a skinhead with a black person. It's just like, oh, an Aryan with a black person. Oh my God. I thought you hated black people. I thought you hate, it's just like, what is going on? Maybe this is someone who, let's say if you a diehard sports fan, and you know somebody is team this and the other person is team that. I couldn't think of any teams, but you know, someone, it's like, and these two people end up being together. It's just like, oh my God, you're my arch nemesis. So like, think of two athletes that are supposedly got beef with one another, and you catch them together. This is a very odd couple, is what I'm getting, and the rumors start taking off. Even like someone saying, oh my God, I thought this person was gay. And it's just like, what's going on? You know, I saw them canoodling with the opposite sex. What's happening? So I'm just kind of feeling like something very bizarre happens between two people. Like the two most unusual people fall for one another. You're gonna find that you find comfort if this is you, if you're the one running off or secretly, you know, having a secret rendezvous with somebody who is supposed to be your nemesis or enemy or whatever the case. I just kind of feel like someone is looking like, ooh, that's juicy news, and they're, you know, running off. But I feel like the person overall makes you happy or something. This person brings out a side of you that you never saw before, and you do the same for them. And you guys are soulmates. You guys are bring it. See, you guys are happy together. It's like I found the one in the person that I least expected. I fell in love with someone who I didn't think I would be attracted to, or I'm not supposed to be attracted to. Man, that is bizarre, I feel. Okay, this was also a very odd or interesting reading. So we'll go ahead and move on to deck number 3. Strength. I think, did Strength come out in all 3 readings? 10 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. The Empress. The Star. 10 of Wands. Queen of Wands. And the 2 of Pentacles. Ooh. Somebody trying to handle something rather large. Okay, if you can hang. But seriously, okay, so I feel like there are some sort of difficult decisions that need to be made. I feel like somebody is juggling, trying to keep up either with 2 jobs, like maybe someone is working 2 different jobs and is getting to be too much. It's like, okay, I'm running here, I'm doing that, and I'm also running here and doing that. Or you're juggling school and work, or you're an entrepreneur and you have a 9-to-5. But there's some sort of juggling, and someone is trying to handle it all. Usher song, can you handle it? Can you? I don't know the lyrics, but it made me think of that old Usher song. Like, the question is, can you handle it? And it was funny because that is like what I was saying here. But yeah, it's almost like someone feels maybe like they bit off more than they can chew, but they're determined to go all the way through with something. I see this too. Now, it could be two relationships. Yes, someone maybe is the burden of trying to juggle two different relationships gets to be too heavy. It's like, okay, I got a person in this state and I got a person in that state. I travel on the weekends to see this person. I tell them I'm going to work on this day, and it's just like, man, everything is catching up. I don't know if I can keep up with who I am and where I'm going. So someone is starting to have a hard time keeping up with whatever it is that you're doing. It could be fire energies involved. I'm getting Aries, Leo, Sag, also getting Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and also Aquarius, maybe Libra. Could be any sign. Those are the ones that are standing out. But now also I get the sense that somebody may be with someone who's very bossy and someone who's always talking about, go do this for me, go do that for me. So someone is very demanding, and you might be struggling trying to make someone happy. Now, this can also be describing a job description, not just a romantic interest, but a job description where you're being tested, or almost like you're the new person. You're the new person, so you go do this and you go do that. You're the gopher. You're the everybody. You handle all the tasks, all the little tidbits. We throw it all on you. So it's almost like a hazing, basically. I also feel that someone is in a relationship out of obligation, and even though someone is being tempted, like I kind of feel like someone is literally like looking behind their shoulder like, what? It's just like, damn well what? What are you doing? Someone is flirting with the other person and trying to seduce them. And also there could be like literal distance between these two people. But someone is caught up in a relationship and they feel obligated to this person either because of finances or because of children. Don't get me wrong, there's still an attraction there between these two people. They still care about each other. But it's almost like if we didn't have, so many children, I would not be sticking around. Or if I was financially independent, I would not stay in this. For somebody is also just kind of holding on to their reputation because it's expected. Everybody expects you to be with this person or to remain with this person. And for whatever reason, that is more important to you than what you actually want to do. So it's like you feel the pressure of family or the pressure of society. And two, maybe you're being loyal to family. Someone wants to get laid here. And I know I use that old-fashioned term, but it's just because I'm seeing it looks like this reminds me of a lei. I know it's not a lei around this lion's neck, but it just makes me think of a lei. And then how, she's just posted up on top of the lion. She's nude, she's vulnerable, she's ready. Or it could be a guy. It's just indicating someone who is kind of putting themselves out there because they want to get laid. But the other person is just kind of, I'm flattered, but well, thank you. But yes, I appreciate it. So I almost feel like too, like some guy is in front of his home. Maybe he's doing some yard work and here comes the neighbor and she's like, she's like, "Ooh, you looking real good today. handsome, you looking real good. I see you. You getting a little swole there. She's like saying some things, and he's just kind of like being goofy, bashful. Um, all of a sudden he kind of feels like intimidated by her. You guys, I'm sorry that I keep going into certain sexual innuendos, but I also feel like someone who has a small frame has a very large package, or is unexpected. Maybe you've seen this person in their gray joggers and you're like, I don't see nothing down there, but okay. And then you get with them and it's just like, surprise, surprise, like where did that come from? So I feel like for some of you it's that type of energy, like big things come in little packages. So don't judge a book by its cover, basically. But yeah, and two, I mean, this can go for someone, a small guy and a bigger woman. Maybe she's taller or, just fuller, bigger. And he's like, I can handle it. Like, I know what I could do with that. So I'm kind of getting like some sort of flirtation, or sexual innuendo with these things, these images. Now I also feel like someone is confident, but when they're around you, maybe not so much, or maybe you are normally confident, but when you get around this other person, you kind of lose it, or you start doubting yourself or having insecurities. I'm also seeing someone who has a pet, and it's the type of dog, whatever dog that has like really low fur. I know that can be any dog, but it's not a dog that has like a lot of fur. It's one of those dogs that barely has any fur. I don't know. That could be, what do you call it? It could be a pit bull, or it could be a Rottweiler, or it could be, what do you call it? Not a Great Dane. Geez, I can't think of the name of that dog. It's not a collie. Although it could be, this can be for anybody, but I'm just kind of more so getting the image of a dog that has very low fur. I feel like too, someone is kind of up for a challenge. Like someone is definitely, they want to leave their mark. Someone wants to brand you, or you want to brand them. It's almost like marking their territory. Now, it could also be a situation where someone has like a tattoo of someone's name or their face or something like that. I just kind of feel like someone has been branded, or they want to brand you. Maybe someone wants to put your name on their body or something. Someone wants you to follow them, or you're trying to get them to follow you. So, like I said, it's just something in regards to seduction being played out. Now, as far as business, I feel like these are good energies to see, because I feel like financially you're going to be on point. You're having financial abundance. You may receive some sort of inheritance, or you might receive some sort of settlement. But I feel like you are going to be in a position where you are comfortable and getting everything that you want, or everything that you desire here. So if you're wanting to be an entrepreneur, this is a good sign. I also feel like you may be starting off new, or there's like a new talent that you're developing, especially doing something creative. So you could be moving towards a creative field. anything that deals with maybe writing, singing, acting. There's a possibility that you are having the opportunity to become a star, like a literal star, where you get to share your talents with everyone. Maybe you had a hidden talent, or people are just seeing another side of you. That's what I'm getting to. Someone is seeing another side of you. Just something about the way her back is turned, and people have seen this side of you, but not this side of you. And they're just like, oh, this is a whole new perspective. Even too, like someone who all of a sudden maybe they get into modeling or nude modeling. It's like, we've never seen this side of you. You have another gift. This is something that is making you seen everywhere. So you are becoming some sort of rising star or rising sensation. I also feel like something is manifesting. Someone is tapping into their inner goddess. Guys watching, I mean the same thing. Someone is tapping into that energy, that esoteric strength. Like maybe you've been doing some sort of research and you're like, I want to be like my ancestors. You know, I want to tap into that energy and make things manifest that way. And I feel like you are doing that. Like something is definitely changing. I also feel like you are, like your faith is being restored. If you at one point had lost faith in love, or lost faith in feeling like you weren't going to have money or career status, like you're getting status. That's another thing I'm seeing, is something in regards to someone's status. There's some sort of status change going on. You might suddenly get like a lot of new followers, or you're being recognized or put into the spotlight some type of way. I just feel like you're tapping into some sort of gift. Let me see what else is going on here. All right, so I'm looking at the star. I feel like I need to further clarify this first. Something is definitely being illuminated here. Okay, so romantically, I sigh because I feel like there's never a nice way to say this, or a good way to say this. I do feel like, for one, you're having some sort of telepathic connection with someone through dreams, or there's going to be some sort of confirmation that you guys do have some sort of spiritual or telepathic connection. And I'm also seeing this as you being aligned, like the universe has orchestrated some sort of connection that leads a person to make a choice between two people. So it's like you're drawn to this person, of course, physically, but you don't realize that it's bigger than you. The angel is bigger than you. The Aquarian energy here, the star, is something bigger than you. It's something that's going to help raise or awaken a consciousness of society. So even if something is starting off where you come in between someone who's already in an established relationship, is for a good cause. And, you know, I know nobody likes to hear that. But that's what this connection is for. Now, I will say nobody says you got to sleep with them, you know, but this person, you're being connected with this person for a higher purpose. You're being put into alignment with someone who is going to assist you on your spiritual awakening or your spiritual journey. Like, this is a good match for you. For some of you, it's a twin flame. And for some of you, it's just someone who is just vibrating on the same frequency as you. So you guys are in the same alignment. And that's why you guys came together, because whatever you guys were going through separately in your lives, it was a vibrational match, and it brought you two together. So they could be a water sign: Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. This person has been daydreaming about you. This also could be someone that you've been fantasizing about. Now, it also could be something's happening to you that seems far-fetched. Something seems very far-fetched, but it's actually a reality. It's actually happening. So you have a soul contract with someone. You guys made some sort of spiritual pre-agreement here. And this is you acting it out or carrying it out in this life. It is something that is going to balance your karma. This is some sort of opportunity to remove a karmic debt or balance it out. Either one. I feel like it's more so about balancing a karmic debt. Like, you can never really rid karma, but you can make things right. You may try to fight this connection at first. Kind of like, I don't want to do this contract anymore. I don't agree to this anymore. I don't care what I said in my past life. I don't want to do it anymore. I almost want to say, be careful what you say no to. You might regret it. If you turn it down, you might regret it. Yeah. Also, what I'm getting is that you do go through with whatever this is, but you're dreading it. You're, I don't know, feeling guilty about what you have agreed to do. It's like you're torn. It's like a dream coming true, but at the same time, it's some sort of shift. Something that you're having to give up or something that you don't agree to. But I also feel like there's a need for you to just confront these fears here. This is something that you need to do. It's like I don't know. I just kind of feel like you need to push yourself. But whatever this connection is, it is guilt attached to it. And it could be because you're holding on to a certain set of beliefs or some sort of belief system. Let me look at strength too. I also see that someone is driven by their passions. There's getting ready to be some sort of... I feel like you're being shaped by these changes. It's kind of encouraging you to move forward with something. Like, you have to put on your brave face to do what you're getting ready to do. And it's saying that you can do this. It's like you're getting ready to step out in front of the world. or you're getting ready to confess something, or someone's getting ready to confess something to you. I just feel like there is a sense of bravery because someone is moving forward with something and maybe not really knowing the consequences, but it's like, I'm facing my fears here. There could be some sort of changes coming to your home, like something suddenly changes and you're going to have to be brave about it. I'm seeing a possibility too of your home expanding. So either people will be coming to your home, or like you're opening up your home to somebody, or you might be leaving your home and crashing with someone else, and it just kind of happens out of the blue. I am seeing someone feeling guilty for doing something that they felt like they shouldn't have done. It's like they got carried away with their desires and they're like, oh my God, we finally, after months of withholding how we felt, we ended up sleeping together and it was a one night stand and now I can't stop thinking about it. I feel so guilty. I betrayed somebody, you know, so there's some sort of inner conversation going on where, yeah, it's like curiosity killed the cat. Somebody might literally kill the cat. But yeah. And it's like you get what you asked for. Like, this is what you asked for. And the Justice card came out, and then this is kind of, to me, saying something very similar. Like, you're getting whatever it is that you asked for. You wanted to know, you were curious about something. You wanted to know what it would be like to do this or to do that. And here's what you're getting. But in order to have what you want, it requires you to let something go, or you're feeling guilty about it for whatever reason. All right, so that is all that I am going to channel for tonight. I hope that has resonated. Hope that it makes sense. Please feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Many blessings to you.